What's up everybody, I'm Brian from I1 Tesla and I've got a really cool product for a Model Y. It also works with the Model 3 from my buddies at Hannshow. And then now, the glass can be removed. It's that easy. Hannshow sent out to me their soft closing doors. These are the new version of their soft closing doors and they are amazing. Very intimidating if you just watch the video, but it actually is very easy to install on the Model Y anyway. I haven't done it on a Model 3, but it looks similar, but I think it's easier for the Model Y. I've already installed it in the passenger side and let me show you some of the benefits to this. Yes, soft closed doors. Not really necessary, but it's really cool to have. And I think this will tie into something that they have coming out later on. So what is the soft closed door? Well, you open the door here. It's a regular door, but you close it just a little bit and it's gonna close all the way. A lot like the Model X and what some high-end cars have. This is not a high-end car by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, the price is, but now you can have some nice features. When your kids get in the car and they don't close the door all the way, it's going to close it for you. It waits till the door's closed and then rolls the window up. But Brian, what if they just slam the door? Well, it acts like a normal door. It doesn't have to do that feature. Same thing up front, it acts like a normal door. So, like, how many times have you gotten in the car and you've gotten in the, or a passenger's gotten in the car and they've closed the door just a little bit and you don't notice it? It sounds like it closed. It sounded like it closed a little bit, but on the screen it still shows that it's open. When you go to put it in drive, it's like, hey, doors are open. So that is a cool feature of this new door. Let me show you over there because I haven't done this side yet. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it on the driver's side. So the person gets in the car and doesn't close it all the way. Well, actually, it's going to do it for them. You don't have to worry about that anymore with the new soft closed doors from Hannshow. Of course, there's a link down below. Of course, there's a discount code. Use the discount code and save yourself some money. And let's get into the install because I think this is really cool. But before we do that, you're probably asking, does everything still work? Does the door work? Yeah, it works like normal. Does the safety handle you're not supposed to use work? Yes, it does. And it still gives you a code saying, hey, shouldn't use that too many times. It's going to damage the window. Really doesn't damage the window. What it could do is not open or not roll down enough in time and it could scuff this. It's not really going to mess up the window at all. It's just pulling the cable. So this is what the product looks like, and it's a direct replacement for what comes out of the car, minus the plastic shroud over this one. You don't end up putting the plastic shroud over top of it. This plastic shroud does not fit over top of what's there now. So you have the regular door lock. This is for the safety pull strip. So basically all it does is just pull that and open it up. But everything is enclosed in here. You use the same plug. It's really just unbolting a lot of stuff, removing the glass. Yes, I said removing the glass, and that's the scary part, but it's really easy, and I'll show you a good trick on how to put it back exactly where it was. I flipped the car around. We're going to do this side. It is 140, so it gives you an idea of how long this takes. The front door on the passenger side took me a long time because I had to fix some wires that Tesla screwed up on. Yeah, thanks Tesla. Totally missed a wire into the plug. I fixed it though for you. I won't charge you though. Remember, 140. Let's see how long it takes. All right, so let's get started. I've got a GoPro here on my chest, so you're able to see what's in front of me, so you'll be able to get a good idea of how to install this. So the first thing you want to do is open the door, and we're going to pop off this door panel. And what you need is a pick. We're going to pop that lens off, and then inside here is a screw. Put it right on the floorboard so we know where everything is. There's one directly behind here. And one behind that reflector. First you want to take this off, you just lift up on it. With the door popped, all you do is just pop all the clips and lift up with it. And this is what the door panel looks like. So we're going to want to disconnect this cable. All you have to do is just pull it right off of here We're going to unplug the light. That actually raises the window up, so you want to make, obviously the door is going to be open for that. We're actually going to just put the door panel inside the car. Unplug, this is for your mirror. Put that out of the way, and we're going to remove this whole thing. So we're just going to grab and pull on here, unplug this sensor. It should come right out. There we go. We'll pull this, push this tab up, undo this. Now this, you won't have this part. This is for my aftermarket speakers. We're just going to leave that in there. And then I'm going to pull all these gaskets. It's not very hard to do so far, but trust me, the scary part's coming. The next part is there's a bunch of screws, 8mm screws. We're going to remove all of them. All right, so before we remove these black screws here, we're going to line up exactly where this window goes. And I'm going to use some masking tape for that on a few spots. Now, I'm going to put one here. Yes, not on the window. This one is going to go on the window, but kind of tuck it down a little bit. And same with this one. And then straight on, we're just going to put a line. Hopefully you can see that. And then this, I'm going to put a corresponding line. That way I can adjust where that actually is. And then we're going to take the window off. Yes, I said it. Inside this big hole is a 10mm screw. That is on really tight. Wow, I didn't make it that tight on the others. We're going to loosen this one up. Don't worry, the glass is just sitting on this one. All this does is just clamp a soft material to the window. But this one has a hole in it. So we're going to remove this one completely. And you notice the window dropped a little bit, and that's why we put the marks there, so we can line this up where it needs to go. In fact, I'm gonna hold up on this so we can pull this out. Might be good to get a magnet to remove that screw so it doesn't drop, so you don't have to do more work, just like that. So I'm gonna leave that in here, and then now the glass can be removed. It's that easy. Now I had a blanket here, ended up putting stuff on it. But you want to put this somewhere safe. Glass needs a safe space. Then we grab that 10mm and take those black screws out. And for this, you can use that magnet as well. And this is the cool, And this is the cool part about the Model Y. The window regulator is on this panel. So very cool. We're just going to set that down, pull these off, so we have room to maneuver. We can rotate that out of the way because everything else is in this corner, right back here. So to remove these are on pretty tight. You just take the corresponding hex bit, and you're not going to use these screws again. You're going to use the ones that come with the kit. So you can just put these off somewhere else. Put these into this when you remove it, just in case you want to go back. And now this assembly is free to come out. So there is a plug back here, and I'll show it to you in a second once I remove it. Oops, I just removed the whole thing. You can remove all the clips like I did before because I had to fix it. You can just unplug it. Then with this down here, all you do is just feed this gasket inside the door panel. And then this is the piece. So with this, there's a little pin. If you pull back on this clip, and then push down on it, you can remove it from this. Hopefully you can see that. If not, you'll figure it out. Of course, these are labeled front left door, and we're just going to back these screws out and put these in our pocket, because this is how we're going to put this back in. Use the same bit, but just different screws, because the screws are a little different. Feed it through, line up one of the holes, and feed in one of the screws lightly. Don't want to cross thread these. It's a little awkward with my left hand. The other side was a little easier for me. Now this should pretty much center itself, so you can just cinch these down. I didn't have an issue with alignment with the other ones. Again, back it out if you're starting to get cross-threaded a little bit. Once that's in place, you take the cable and run it through the hole again. And just kind of let it sit there. Then you take the plug and plug it back in. Some people like to plug it in ahead of time and then bolt it up. It's really not that hard to get back in there once this is all removed. Super easy. I think their directions show it plugging in first, but it's up to you how you want to do that. As we feed this through, this wire gets clamped, gets pushed there, and then we're going to rotate and feed these through. A little bit of choreography here. And then it's a matter of putting everything back together the way you had it. All right, so I'm gonna start with the black screws. Got the 10 millimeter. And we're just gonna line up the holes here. And now, we're gonna run all these screws back in. And then we're just gonna hook everything back up, plug everything back in, clip that. Doing a bunch of clipping. That was wrapped around so it didn't make noise. Clip the light in. This we're gonna have to hook back up, but let's put the window in first. You guys, I'm sure, interested in that. And here's the thing. You wanna slide it in between where obviously where the glass goes. You don't have to take that weather stripping out. They do in their video, but for the Model Y, I didn't see it necessary as it fit right in. And now you see why I put the tape here. I can move this down. That's exactly where it was. And then I can lift it up where it needs to go once we get these started. So I got that started. Once it kind of gets tight, I'm gonna move over to this one. Remember, this screw doesn't come out, but you see, I don't know if you can see that the line is low. So I'm gonna lift up on this to where the line was. And that's how you can adjust the window. This one is good right there. All right, let's put back on all the rubber gaskets. Didn't even need to take that one out, but we did anyway. Remove the tape. I'll put the seat there again, grab the door panel, and we're gonna reassemble this right into the hole and then rotates. Let's feed a little bit more out. A little awkward to try to get it on video, but it does fit. The light one, plug the light in, window moves. There's this go. Fold over the sound dampening material. The way this works is there's a ridge here that it sits on that rubber gasket. And you can see where it lined up before. Once you push that down, all you have to do is and make sure those wires not sticking out. Then you take the 3 screws and bolt the door down. And we're all set. Now we want to make sure that this is locked. The window goes up. The window goes up from there. So now we open the door and the window dropped. We just pulled the door handle. I'm gonna put the speaker in. Just clips on and then slides right in. All right, so we're going to make sure the window is lower, and it is. So we're ready to close it. It is 2:18. That didn't take very long at all. We're gonna close this together. This is the first time I'm closing it. Closes nice and tight, and that's perfectly flush. Window goes up at that point. So now all I have to do is this back one, and it is very similar to this one. I don't need to show you that one as well. The only thing The only thing different is this is way below down here. So what'd you think? Was that really difficult? No, it's very scary. Taking the glass out of a car is very scary, but if you use the tape method, you'll get really close and you can always adjust it. So again, order your kit. It is from my friends over at Hannshow. They make some really cool products that work with your Tesla to make your car different than everyone else's. So much fun. I love doing stuff like this. Is this for everyone? No. So if you Uber, this is going to be perfect in the future because there's buttons out there. I have a review coming soon of some Tesla buttons that you can open the doors for people just by popping a button. And now they can soft close the door so they don't have to try to figure out how to close the door. So soft close doors like the Model X. Now we just need them to close themselves. I think that's coming really soon. And this is the first step. So if you got something out of this video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, give it whatever, give me a thanks, you know, share it with your friends or everything like that. Not too many people would be the guinea pigs to remove the glass and do this to your car, but I'm telling you, it's not really difficult. Once you see their video of how they did it and my video, it should put to rest some of the fears. And if you don't want to install this, they have installers all over the country. I'm working with one. I'm going to have one started up here in Charlotte area. I'm going to be talking to him next week so he can be all set up to help install everybody's stuff around the Charlotte area. And it's going to be amazing. Make your car look better, work better for you, and be awesome. Speaking of being awesome, stay positive, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya. Oh yeah, don't forget the code and everything down below. Show some love to Hannshow. They watch all my videos.